Hey, welcome back to How to Barbecue Right. I'm Malcolm Reed, and today I want to show you how I cook a pork prime rib. Now the pork prime rib it's the center cut section of a pork loin, the bone's still in it. And I got this one from Compart Duroc. You can have your butchers cut them for you, but you know Compart's the best meat out there. And when you get them from Compart, they come with the chine bone removed. You take it out of the package, it's ready to go on the grill. All you gotta do is season it and get it out there. Today I'm gonna put together a wet rub and we're gonna slather it all over the outside of this pork prime rib. We're gonna get it out on the smoker and get it cooked just right. It's gonna be perfect for your holidays, I promise. The first thing we're gonna do to this pork prime rib is just get a little salt on the outside of it. I've just got some kosher salt. This is a sea salt. You want a good dose of it. Make sure you get the edges. We're gonna flip it over and get the bone side as well. Then we're gonna hit it with a little bit of black pepper. This is just coarse ground black pepper. Let's do the same thing on this side. For our wet rub, we're gonna start with some stone ground Dijon mustard. I'm gonna add some garlic, some Worcestershire, some soy, fresh rosemary, and then some crushed red pepper. We're also gonna season it with a little bit of the sea salt and a good dose of the black pepper. Just get it all mixed up here. So then we're gonna start on the back side of the pork and just give a good slather with a brush. It's got the seasonings in there, the garlic, man, it's gonna have a really good flavor as it cooks down. And it's supposed to be kind of wet and sticky. That's what we want. We want it to kind of cook and to make a crust on the outside of this pork. Now we'll flip it over and we'll get the meat side. Just make sure you get it all covered. That looks like a good slather to me. So now the pork prime rib is ready for the smoker. We're just gonna let it hang out here on the cutting board in the platter for a few minutes while we go outside, fire up our drum we're gonna be cooking on today. So I'm firing up my gateway drum today. I'm starting with about 3/4 of a basket of lump charcoal, and I use the wax cubes to get it started. Just put them down in the middle, light the cubes, in about 30 minutes you've got a good bed of hot coals. Now, just before we put our pork on, we want to drop in some wood. And today I'm using these seasoned chunks of hickory wood. We're going to drop them right on the coals, let them get smoking, and then it's time to put our pork prime rib on. And you can see we've got it going. The longer you leave that lid off, the hotter it's going to get, so you want to work pretty quick. I've got my prime rib. I'm just going to go center rack here, bone side down. So we've got the lid back on the drum. Holding steady between 275 and 300. We're gonna keep it there the whole time, keep the smoke rolling. If you're cooking along with me at home on another cooker, just hold it in those temps, you'll be fine. In just a little while, we'll put an internal probe in it so we can watch that temperature. I wanna get it off when it gets to be 145. It's the perfect doneness when you're cooking pork loin, and that's exactly what we're doing, pork prime rib. Let's get it cooked. Okay, our pork prime ribs have been rolling along. We've been holding that temperature steady. I want to go ahead and start watching the internal temp. So I'm just going to use my probe thermometer here. I'm going to get it off in the center of it. Don't have to go too deep. You don't want to get all the way. You want to make sure you don't hit the lid though. So we kind of go at an angle a little bit. We can get the lid back on. We still got good fire. That's what we want to see. Internal, we're running about 110. That's a good time to probe it. I've got it set on 140 there, so that's gonna be, just shy of where we want to take it, but I want to watch it close to those last few degrees. It'll let me know by the alarm system. So just keep watching our smoke alarm here. It'll let us know what we're doing. Hold those temps steady. You don't have to do anything, just keep letting it cook. Okay, our pork prime rib has hit 140 degrees, and that's as far as I want it to go. So we're gonna take it off the pit now. And I want you to check out the color it's got. But even though we use that mustard rub on it, it's still got a beautiful, beautiful color on it. It looks crunchy. It's kind of got that dark mahogany look. That's exactly what I want to see. So I'm going to pull my probe off here, just kind of lay it to the side, and I'm going to get this dude off. And check that out. If that doesn't look delicious, I don't know what does. We're going to take it inside and just let it hang out on the cutting board. It needs 10-15 minutes. It's gonna carry over some more, get us up to 145 internal. If you're wanting to store it, you could drop it down in the dry cooler, wrap it up in some foil, and it would hold for several hours. We're gonna cut into it, cut us some big chops off this pork prime rib. I'm gonna get to try one. Give me just a second. Pork prime rib's been resting about 15 minutes here inside. Now it's time for us to cut into it. Before we do, let's talk real quick about what we did. We started with the center cut pork prime rib. That's that bone-in loin. We seasoned the outside with just a little bit of salt and pepper. Then we made up that mustard slather, had those fresh herbs, that rosemary, some garlic, a little more pepper in it. Smeared all that on the outside, and then we simply put it on the drum smoker. It was running between 275 to 300. We took it up to 140 degrees internal. It was easy. The cook took about 2.5 hours and that was it. The most important thing is getting it off at the proper internal temperature, bringing it inside, letting it rest before you cut it. That brings us to the best part, getting to try it. So let me cut off a few here. Oh man, look at these thick chops. Ooh. Don't that look good? You can see how moist and juicy it is. That's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna get one right here in the center. I'm gonna cut me a little bit of it off so I can try it. That's what I'm talking about. I want that crust. I want it to be nice, juicy. I'm telling you, imagine serving something like this on Christmas. Your family's gonna love you. It's totally awesome, I ain't gonna lie. I know we kept those flavors simple on here. We didn't use a whole lot of ingredients, but man, this pork prime rib really takes on a ton of flavor. You get a little spiciness from that red pepper flakes, from that black pepper, but it also, the Worcestershire and soy adds a little bit to it too, mixed with that mustard. All around great flavor, perfect cooked on it. I'm telling you, you're gonna love this recipe. You gotta give it a shot for the holidays coming up. Hey, thanks for checking out our video this week. If you want to find out when we're putting out more of these, just subscribe to our channel. It'll send you a notification. You can always ask us the comments on Facebook and Twitter. We love those. Y'all enjoy your holidays. We'll see you next year.